Welcome to another episode of Growing in Real Estate with your host, Jacob Davenport. This is a podcast all about growing in real estate and bringing on talent and individuals that are really committed to real estate investing and growing in it. There's a lot of aspects of real estate investing and real estate in total, but more specifically, what we're looking at is different stories from individuals that have their own journey. We want to document those things, and we also want to be able to share, because it's always a treat when great minds meet. Today we have Brian Jacob on the pod today. He's part of our Deal Mastery 201 community. I've known Brian for some time. Great guy, but I'll let him speak for himself. Brian, introduce yourself.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Brian. I go my first name is Jacob as well, ironically. My last name is Villanueva, and I do wholesaling. I'm an entrepreneur. I also have another business before wholesaling real estate. I'm trying to get into the flipping game as well. But besides that, that's me.
Thank you so much for showing up. Just in short, today's podcast, as always, is about real estate investing, but we're going to dive into some more personal things about Brian as it relates to real estate investing, get to know him. He's somebody you should know. We're going to make sure we share his information with the podcast and all platforms. He's finding deals, he's educated, he's informed. If you're just getting into real estate or you're experienced in real estate, he's somebody you should connect with for information and as a resource.
Right.
So let's dive right into it. Brian, who are you? Where are you from, man?
Man, I'm from Stockton, California. I'm born and raised, and business to kid. I lived in Lawrence for like a year, but since schooling, kindergarten, I've been here to Stockton. So.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 22 this month.
Happy birthday to you.
I appreciate that.
You've been swinging at this real estate for some time now. Is that fair?
A little over a year now. So
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. I think that everybody looks at real estate differently. Some people look at it as a full-time gig. Some people look at it as a part-time gig. And one of the questions I always hear is, should I go all into real estate or should I keep my 9 to 5? What are your thoughts on it?
I said do both. Once real estate start working out, leave the 9 to 5. That's what I'm doing. I have more free time. I do construction, so I have a manager there. I'm managing. I do management there also. I have more free time.
Yeah. I happen to know you personally.
Yeah.
I think that what you're kind of talking about is how real estate can be a lever. You can pull on it.
Yeah.
Right. And why is that important? Because everybody does it differently. Some people can afford, whether it be time or money, to go all in, and some can't. And understanding what that journey is like, what's the hard set? I'm going to give myself 9 months, 6 months to work both jobs, and then at some point I'm going to let go of the side of the pool and dive right into real estate heads on, full time. You work a full 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then, as I know, you also work a 5 to 9 or 5 to 12. Is that fair?
Yes, that's true. I do. So I work 9 to 5 construction. And from 5 to 12, I'm doing real estate. So in the previous leads that were hits, I'm writing offers for the next previous day. So follow ups with the sellers.
Yeah.
Buying other properties, buying more leads, generating more leads, looking properties to flip, underwriting, all that.
Yeah. Well, let me back up a little bit so I can put it in context. You work a full 9 to 5, 6 days a week, right?
Yeah.
And then you 5 days a week. And then also once you get off work every day, you dedicate your time off work to growing your real estate investing business. And that has a lot of different procedures and a lot of different responsibilities, whether it be looking for leads, following up on leads, raising capital, underwriting deals, just a whole gamut of variety of different things. And I know this to be very unique because we talk most of the time in the evening. And when you do get off your full-time job, what you're committed to, you show up on time. You're the man there. I've been there, right? Everybody knows who you are. And it's surprising how young you are to be so influential in a person that takes on so much responsibility. But after you get off work every day, you're doing real estate activities. You're hiding behind that computer, punching it, trying to turn over every rock to find a lead.
Right.
What makes you want to commit that level of time at 22 years old?
I'm young, I got all the time in the world, and I can't even sleep, knowing there's other millionaires at my age, they're making more 10 times more than I am. So it's a process it's something that I get keep inside my head. I'm not comfortable with that, so that's why I keep on thriving. It doesn't matter what time it is, I'm gonna be thriving.
Yeah, I'm just a little older than you, but sometimes when you say, I'll be up till midnight, just give me a call, we'll analyze the deal. Sometimes it shakes me up because it's like, man, this guy is over there putting in hours and hours and hours, and and I'm happy for you. But I know that the more time you put into your business and doing the right activities, the higher probability you have at succeeding and overshooting any goal you have laid out for yourself.
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, all I need is 3 hours. I'm good. Sleep. I'm good. You know?
You must be drinking a ton of coffee.
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I mean, I'm a full-on water freak. You know, I only drink soda. I mean, that's my whole family. I don't drink soda and none of that.
Yeah.
So I stay away from junk.
Yeah, you don't drink alcohol. You don't.
No.
I know that about you, man.
I'm clean. You know.
That's good. That's good. I said that to
Good to stay up late.
Yeah.
All that drains you. All that junk. You know.
Yeah. I totally agree. So do me a favor, because I think that it's easy to say that I work a 9 to 5 and then a 5 to 9. It's like yeah. Give me the day in your life. What time do you wake up?
So I wake up about 5:30 or so. Get dressed. You know, all I need is 1 alarm. You know, I don't need all these 10 alarms. I'm good for 1 and I'm up. So I get ready, brush the teeth, brush my hair, just heading at the car or the truck. It'll warm up, and I'm out to Lodi to go to the Stockton. So I go to Lodi. And from there, I'm around from 6 to 3:30. I'm there. Power lunch between no breaks.
You just work and grinding.
Just working. You know. But from there, 3:30 at the door. You know, I'm going home. Or any years I got. You know, between that, I'm going home. And 4:30, I'm there. Eat some dinner, and hitting the computer. You know,
Hitting the computer.
calls, anything.
Yeah.
Not helping out others, and not have some people spread my time. You know.
Yeah.
I'll go out to help them. You know, whatever.
Yeah. And that could be essentially like from 4 o'clock to 11, 12, even midnight, you're doing real estate activities. That has to take a lot of focus. Is that correct, Sonny?
Yeah, a lot of focus, a lot of time. Consistency.
Consistent. Yeah. For sure.
Probably is for sure.
Do you ever find that in your journey, 22 years old, right? I know what I was doing at 22 years old. Your peers, your cousins, your family, your friends, they're probably not that hyper focused. And so do you ever find it that committing this level of time, knowing that others are wasting time, is that fuel for you?
I mean, it can. Not to me. It depends. Like, you're trying to say, like, since I'm out there pottering and
Yeah.
take that energy.
Yeah.
It's vice versa. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It just depends. You know, kind of mood and energy I'm in that day.
You're not really worried what others are doing.
Yeah, I'm just doing me. You know, even my family. I got cousins. I love everybody in my family, man. They trying to compete with me. I don't know why. And every time they compete, they lose. You know why? Because I'm just doing me. You know, they're not doing something they're fully into or fully good at, whatever. I just do me.
Yeah.
Put my time, going to work, and the more out of it, I just be more accomplished. You know.
Yeah.
That's how I put into it.
Yeah. I do know you to be, as somebody that's bringing so much value to Deal Master 201. I know you spend a lot of time with people, help them solve their challenges and help them grow in real estate. What does it mean to you to pour into people and assist them on their journey?
They're part of the team. They're part of the family to me. Once you with me, you start talking to me, you know, daily, texting, whatever the case is. You know, I'm with the serious family. You know, that's why I throw my time into Deal Mastery, and it's really I don't know. You know, there's a bunch of mentorship I'm in, and they're all out of state. You know, this is home. Your community is home. So. I needed that, you know. I don't need someone out there in Florida, you know, telling me how to manage things when they let you know if I'm on city, you know, how things run. You do. People in Deal Mastery do. So that's why I put more time to it.
You know, does spending time with people, whether it's locally or nationally, on phone calls, do you think that helps you educate yourself or build more confidence in the space of real estate investing?
Yeah, it does, you know. Pouring time into them, vice versa, pouring time into me. You know, you learn we're all in a learning phase, you know. So I'm learning every day, every time, every minute. I'm learning.
You know, that's one of the things I learned is that you can have a pretty good idea of something. Let's talk specifically about real estate investing. I can do it independently, but when you have to find ways to communicate that message to people that learn differently or understand concept differently or come back from different backgrounds, right? You and I, when we speak, it's like really, really down to earth, right? Yeah. But maybe I'm speaking to somebody that doesn't share some of my similar experiences, right? So me having to learn how to communicate a concept or real estate in totality to somebody else, it takes me deeper in my understanding of real estate. So the more I pour into people, the more I pour into myself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Pretty dope, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So let's transition. I think that we're going to talk about a lot of things, but one of the things I want to talk about is you've been working on this Excel sheet and Deal Mastery tool.
Yeah.
Right. And for those of you, I'll catch you up to speed. So when you look at underwriting a deal, there's multiple components. We're looking at the acquisition of the property. We're looking at holding costs. We're looking at title and escrow. We're looking at all these expenses that come with buying a real estate deal. And then we're trying to determine what the ARV, what the after repair value is to determine if this is a deal or not. So before that, we get into our buy box. What is our buy box? What kind of property are we looking for? What area? What's profitability? What things we do want? What things we don't want, right? And so once we establish those points, we can better assess whether something's a deal. Well, the number one thing that most people get caught up in, because the data is not just available out there, is the cost of construction, the rehab cost of a real estate transaction. What are you going to pour into the bathroom, the kitchen? How are you going to pour resources, talent by the means of skilled labor, right, and money to make this thing something achievable and that you can put on the open market and make a profit? In short. So what Brian has been doing is he's been working his tail off. He has been constructing this Excel sheet that allows us to have a template for construction. And so imagine this. We say that on average, we're looking at homes that are 1,000 square feet. And so we look at floor on average, we look at roofing, we look at all of these components of what would take place in the renovation journey. And he's inputted this data and used Excel. I don't know how he's done it. But what we have now is we have a document that says this. If you have a 1,000 square foot home, all you have to do is walk through the property and find out the things that you want to get fixed. I'm going to put some flooring. I'm going to put some baseboards. I want to put brand new doors. I want to put all these things. Once you have your list of things you need, you then go to this Excel sheet that Brian created and you just input it. And what it's going to do is it's going to spit out a pretty accurate, close to accurate as possible. I don't know any other tools out there that could be this accurate. Idea of what it would cost you to get the construction done on this property. Now, what makes it so cool? If you are looking to get in real estate right now, you go look at a property. If you don't know construction, you don't know how much it's going to cost. And these deals move so fast that you have to know all your expenses and make your offer. If your construction is off, you're not going to succeed. If you overestimate your construction and you write an offer in this market with so few properties, you're going to talk yourself out of a deal. If you underestimate it and you close on a property, a lender probably won't support that because lenders are sharp. But if they so happen to lend you the money and you get the deal over the hill, you'll find out that you won't make any money. And so of all the documents and all the resources out there that I've seen, by far, I don't completely even understand it. Sometimes it's a bit over my head, but it is phenomenal. So I definitely want you guys to be on the lookout. And Brian's going to be sharing that with our Deal Master 201 community as we kind of fine tune it. But, my hat goes off to you because you really pushed through that Excel sheet.
Yeah, I put in time, nights, nights. And
how many hours do you think you have in on that document?
Oh, man, so maybe that's a good 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
hours, a lot of hours.
Yeah.
How do you think a document like that helps people that are getting in real estate?
Especially the construction.
Yeah.
And like we just said, and if you don't know your construction costs, your deal's gonna go bad, So, good to know your numbers. Sadly, there are contractors that overcharge, and you wouldn't know if you're a new investor flipping, and then you wouldn't know if they overcharged or not. So it's good to have a spreadsheet. At least have a ballpark price of how much everything might cost.
Yeah.
Throughout the deal.
Yeah. Let's talk about construction. You come from a family of very skilled individuals that worked in construction, had a construction company.
Yeah, old school, fields. I've been in the fields. I worked in the field since a young age also, so it's old school,
What was that like? How old were you when you first started working in the fields?
Man, I'd probably say sixth grade. Sixth grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. Were we harvesting fruit?
So we were harvesting grapes, almonds. So we were planting these almonds. They're like little baby trees. Put some milk cartons I boat over it.
Yeah.
Now I should bring you out there, but they're huge, harvesting walnuts. It's a good investment,
Yeah.
The farmers out there, flippers, not flippers, investors, they walnuts are a move right now for sure.
Yeah.
To invest.
Definitely. What do you remember about working when you harvest? You worked in the field. What do you remember about that experience that kind of shaped you to where you are today?
Oh man, it's tough. Yeah, that time, I was in the middle school, and whatever year that was, I think it was when the crisis hit real estate. My pops at his place on Stockton, and times were tough. When his income wasn't enough, my mom wasn't working at the time. So I was in middle school. Summertime came. I was there working out there.
You had to help the family out.
Yeah, put some money on the table, feed us, pay the bills, all that. Good stuff. 4 in the morning, 4 afternoon. So I was up early.
12-hour days.
I'm in Lockford.
In Lockford?
Yeah, and it was a drive. So I call it 40-minute drive, 30. Yeah, about 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure that kind of shaped you even from your work ethic.
Yeah.
Because you put in a lot of hours per day nonstop.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even hurt.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about like, I know a lot of people, everybody wants to be successful, right? Success really takes time. You can find some creative ways to buy back your time, but even as you grow, it just takes time. You can't really get around the work. That's the first thing. And so if you're trying to get around the work, in real estate investing, then just don't even get into real estate investing. But that goes for anything. You have to put in the work. And one thing that, when you talk about like working in the fields for so many hours, you train your body, whether you want to or not, your body and your mind begins to get trained to be able to do this thing for something for hours and hours and hours. And as I grow my business, I realize that some of the most fruitful times is like, let's say I'm putting in like 3 hours straight and I think I'm gonna take a break. I tell myself, no, go back in for another hour. And what happens is the more you discipline yourself, you would realize that you can do this 24 hours, 36 hours. You can, the mind is a very powerful tool.
Yes, we've got to control.
You have to control it, you have to train it.
Control at a very young age.
Yes.
Very.
Yes. And sometimes your mind say, do this, you gotta say no.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the things that's really helping you out. I mean, you're young.
Yeah.
And I see the things you're doing, and it's very, very impressive. But I think that when you talk about working in the fields, it didn't have to be a tough time, or maybe it was, I don't know. Whatever that was, that's probably part of the key to your success now.
Yeah. I did a lot of work throughout the years, helping my pops with granite, used to have side jobs, I did all this at a young age, and outside of working, I did a little handyman, and that's what I did. I even more point, I'm not even ashamed of it, no more. I'm at a comfort spot. I'm at peace. But really, I think what really pushed me too was one point I did have to go do recycling cans, gather anything, cents, recycle the cans, that's money right there, So
Yeah.
I remember going around the block of the house, going to trash can, recycling trash can, but not garbage, trash.
Man, you come from some humble beginnings, man.
Yeah, not what people know. That's actually my first time.
Had exposing that?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, since I've known you, I've always thought you and Isaiah were pretty quiet, but it continues to align. Just like Isaiah, he was a referral, right? So he worked in the field.
Yeah.
That's not exactly the same thing that you had going on, but nonetheless, working in the field, it can't be easy. What's the hardest part about working in the field for people that don't know?
I was young, so I was in the heat. You were in the you gotta cover yourself with black, I cover myself with all black, cover your arms, arm sleeves, wearing a hat, sun beat me all day. So that was tough. I was more smaller, so I was doing more bigger things, going to ATV, sports and the trailer and some wood chips and bark, throwing it, weed eating.
Yeah.
A lot of weeds out there, so just looking down, just weed eating, kills your neck.
Yeah. As far as the eye can see, is keep going and going and going. Yeah. Now, your parents know that you're exploring real estate, don't they?
Yeah,
I had the pleasure of meeting your grandpa.
Yeah, he knows them too,
Yeah.
The big help.
For sure. What does he think about you growing real estate?
He thinks like everyone else, they're happy, that some in the family is doing it. You know, trying to change something. You know, he himself too. He did a little real estate also, but he didn't know a bunch. You know, he got a property out in Gaul, and I'm not much younger. He bought a property. There was a 3-2 or 3-3 on Gaul, and you know, he had tenants, family, or friends, family, as tenants, and
It doesn't work out.
didn't work out. He started not paying the mortgages. You know, he started feeling bad, tight when it got tight.
Yeah.
Sadly, he had to sell it.
Yeah.
And of course, with an investor out there, but made a nice chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
that happens, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish I was more older like my brother.
Yeah. Is your brother in real estate investing?
Nah.
Doing some other things.
He's just working. He needs a tough spot right now. I'm helping him out right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a financial thing. It's going.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Um,
But let me ask you a question. What is when I say that I'm going to say a term, and I want you to tell me a phrase, and you tell me what it means to you. Sometimes we show up for others, but we don't show up for ourselves. What does that mean to you?
It comforts me, you know, helping somebody else. You know, like, I'm gonna get up there and return. You know, honestly, I don't look up them. I'm needing anything, you know. I'm helping someone. That's all that matters, you know, because the man above was watching you. You know, if you do good, my apostle said, you do good, you know, good will come about. You know, so I always do good, even though no one's looking. You know, the other day I was homeless, I fed them, so on. You know, I would have been return, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just prayer, you know, if anyone out there, hey, prayer.
You'll take some prayer.
Hey,
I'll take that.
my grandma, she's not too far from me.
Yeah.
I own every this past month I went to her house a couple times. And
Yeah.
all last year, you know, this is probably been like just there's a lot of grandsons in the family,
You're the favorite.
and there's probably like 3 or 4 of them that always seem to buy and tell them.
You check on.
But a lot of them don't call her birthday, nothing like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
you know, every time I go help her, always doing something. And they were like breaking up some man or building a whole deck because
Yeah.
what I did.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm gonna pray for you and all that. I know it's Spanish.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like,
for
hey,
sure.
that's all I need. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I need is a prayer.
Yeah.
You know, that's more valuable than money to me.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
I take that. Well, I mean, we don't have to touch too deep on family, but your grandparents worked in the field too.
I don't think so. Maybe my grandpa. I'm not sure.
Grandpa, right?
Oh, actually, yeah, my mom's parents did.
Your mom's parents worked.
I'm talking about the Machos family.
Yeah. Yeah.
My grandpa did.
Do you still have family that works in the field?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Everybody kind of transitioned to different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I would say those some humbling beginnings.
Humble family, you know.
Yeah.
There's no way to leave. Everyone's
It makes a lot of sense. And I think I get it now. I think I do.
it's in the blood.
Yeah. Let me transition this because I want to jump back into real estate.
Yeah.
And I think that you are the poster child for anybody that wants to start in real estate and they're younger. Let's say 25 and younger, right? The average age of the first time home buyer is 35 years old. So you have that beat by significantly by more than a decade, right? Maybe 13 years prior. When I look at young people that maybe they'll message me or connect with individuals that want to get in real estate, they have all these questions about what they want to do and they want to get in real estate. They want somebody to mentor them. You took maybe a different route and you just got in. How was that introduction to you?
Man, my partner, my cousin, he's the one. I mean, he brought the opportunity. You know, he brought me a mentorship. He brought it to me, and they're called Inspired. I know one out there. They have money areas, which is like tax, and they have a little LG real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really took off the scale for me. And even before that, during high school, I had a business going on. Now it's since 17 years old. I was down doing my first bird deal out in Midwest.
Yeah.
Because right at that time it was really popping, and for some reason I couldn't do it. I guess I was 21, and my parents, you know, tried to like co-sign, but nothing. I guess it didn't work out. You know, it sucked because I would have fucking good right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got accepted, so it didn't work out. So really stopped the whole real estate mindset until I said 20. That's when I really got into it.
Yeah.
Started learning. I turned 20 in December, then 21. I turned in January. So.
Yeah.
That's when I really started getting active. Just last year, that's when I really started getting active, learning a lot of learning,
Yeah.
a lot of activeness, and then.
Yeah.
But this year, I'm more confident in just executing.
You should be because you definitely have the sauce and you're putting in the time. you do some real estate locally in Northern California, but you also done some wholesaling deals out of state.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I got a wholesale property out in Washington, like Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle, Washington, a little more out there.
How much you make on a deal like that?
Well, the thing is, I JV. So originally I would have made 20,000, but
Yeah.
since JV 10.
Yeah, so you had, tell me a little bit about that. So you had somebody that was in Seattle. You found an off-market property, right?
Yeah.
Calling. So this happens from direct to seller calls. Let's dial that back. How did you find the Seattle deal?
So I got VAs. I got a whole team of VAs. I got a team of 4.
Uh-huh.
2 of them worked indirectly, and I got 2 of them consulted through a company within the United States. They're based out in New York. And one of the VAs, what was the lead? I bought the lead, you know, obviously somewhere between Central Valley, I guess, and Stockton at the time. And this typical lead was typical seller wasn't interested, but she referred me to a friend or family member, and that person was interested because somebody that lived in Seattle, Washington, whatever. So when I read that, I called the seller out of Washington, and she's like, "I'm interested, you know, put on the contract," and well, from there, I didn't want to go all the way out there. I don't know how far Washington is.
Too far.
Too far for me, you know.
So you partnered up with somebody that was.
Yeah, I found someone out there. I sent a contract agreement between me and the wholesaler. Say, hey, trying to run off my deal, you know. I'm coming after you, you know.
Yeah. So basically, to explain for those that don't understand wholesaling, right? So you were cold calling and mining your buyer box, which is Northern California, and following up these leads. That's he works 9 to 5, and it's 5 to 9 or 5 to midnight. He's following up with these leads that he's getting. Somebody he's buying, he's just mining for them, and he connects with somebody that he has a high probability of selling. And in connecting with them, what turns out is that they didn't want to sell their property, but then they referred you to somebody. Obviously, they had the conversation they had with you on the phone was something that they trusted you, and so they referred you to somebody in Seattle, Washington. You followed up with that person. They wanted to sell.
Right.
And then when you got prepared to lock that contract up, you said, "Hey, listen, I'm way out here in California. I don't even know this area. I'm prepared to partner up with somebody and split the money." So you took a $20,000 profit, split it down the middle, took your chin, and kept going.
Yeah, I went to a meetup. Shout out I by Central Valley, the Kinder Brothers. I went to their meetup, and there's this app out there, a website. They're called Boots, and these people, I think they're called Boots, and it's a team that they hired runners that take pictures. So they take pictures throughout and they know what they're doing. You know, they'll just come out there, take pictures, like 160, I believe, or 150.
Yeah.
And if I knew that,
you could have just marketed it yourself.
Kind of call 19,000, you know, or so.
Yeah. Shout out to the Kinder Brothers. Everybody said
yeah, I mean, they were like the seed that planted like my whole networking.
Yeah.
I mean, I never told them that, but you know.
Give them a shout out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the Kinder Brothers, you know, I buy Central Valley. You know, they don't know this, but they know now. You know, if they're seeing this, you know, they're pretty much the seed that pretty much planted me. You know, finding other networking or the Bobby's meetup. Shout out, I'm by Bobby's house.
Yeah.
You know, so really, that's what started the seed. You know, I think the first event I went was out in San Jose.
Yeah.
And after that, it came, you know, it's over here, somewhere in Central Valley, and
I kept networking.
Vallejo.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I missed not one meetup yet.
Yeah.
You know?
You show up every time.
Yeah.
Every time. What does it mean to network to you?
You know, just networking. You're spreading your wings. You know, I'm going here, I'm going there. You're meeting lenders and meeting other wholesalers, other investors, and beginning wholesalers. I met a lot of beginning wholesalers. You know, at the recent meetup, and you know, found a lot of people out there. You know, working with people. You know, you could trust. You could do business with, work.
Yeah.
And build. You know.
Do you think your business would be where it is right now if you weren't networking?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
No.
If I wasn't networking, I don't think I would have even gone far.
All right, so let's do it like this. Let's give out some news that they can use, some good games, good information, some usable tools. So anybody out there, 25 or younger, right, 18 to 25, they're saying, man, I want to get in real estate investing. I want to buy a duplex. I want to build generational wealth. You've heard it all, right? What's the first thing they need to do?
As in trying to get in real estate, like flipping.
Well, let me back up. Somebody's trying to get into real estate, 18 to 25. Should they start wholesaling first or flipping?
I mean, it depends where you are financially, you know.
So you have no money.
You got no money. I'll say start wholesaling, you know. start understanding ARV, start understanding, your repair costs, construction, understand how to underwrite deals, and networking. You gotta find buyers, find buyers, that willing to buy, understand their buy box.
Yeah.
So you really know where to look for. When they want a 3-2, then go find a 3-2 out of stock, and that's their buy box. But like the beginning, my partner, he was looking for 1-1s.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, gonna buy no 1-1.
Nobody's gonna buy
I don't think our buyers even got or even interested in 1-1 at the moment. Something 3. Usually every bar that I meet or
3-2.
3-2 or higher.
Maybe a 2-2, maybe a mag.
Yeah,
they want that 3-2, but they want that second bathroom.
Usually everyone that I meet.
Yeah, 3-2 for sure. I'm totally aligned with you. I guess I was double downing on the concept of most people don't want 1 bathroom.
Yeah,
they're not going for it, right? And it makes sense though.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
So you said get into wholesaling, and then what I see a lot of what I see is that a lot of people start the wholesaling, but they never have success. You executed some solid deals and you have some more in your pipeline. What makes you different at 22 years old, right? Really serious about it for the last year, but you've done prior to that. What makes your journey this second time around very different that maybe as you're looking at somebody that's getting into real estate says they want to wholesale, what are some of the things that you can tell will hold them up, or you could say, yeah, they're probably not ready?
Oh man, it just depends,
The time.
Time is
Good on time.
Also time, disciplining. I know it's really hard knowing your friends out there going to a party or whatever. You just have to discipline yourself.
Right.
Staying focused, is one of them. Patience is key. In this real estate game. Anything you're trying to find, out there, just to go out to find.
Yeah.
Just gotta know what you're looking for.
So what do you think keeps most people out then?
Keeps more people out?
Most people out. They show up for me or want to get in wholesaling and then you never see them again.
Oh man, it's too hard. They think it's too hard, and it might. But you put the time and effort into anything, you can succeed for sure.
It goes back to the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to the time. What about reputation?
Yeah, about your name. Come up like your name. That's everything right there. My name, my business. It's important. It's what keeps others interested in that. I don't mean you're like other buyers. I don't even know they're interested in investing into me. So if my name's bad, they hear bad things, and I'm doing something wrong. So that's a reputation is a big thing. Into this real estate game.
Yeah, agreed. Now, we've covered a lot of real estate, and that was really serving us up. I'm really interested in Brian. Tell us a little bit more about where you're at right now, where you're going. Talk to us. Give us something.
Yeah, Brian he's looking for flips. He's trying to get him on the flip, and I think that with the VA, the whole VA thing is pretty much handling the wholesaling side. So
right.
I have more free time to look out, analyze, and underwrite, real estate flips, potential flips, I should say, and that's more Brian's time doing, because you got to have a manager for wholesaling. So you pretty much manage the whole thing, ensure everything, bring a report, what they did and, what deals are going through and so on so. So, Brian's out there looking for deals, and deals out there, Central Valley, 3-2.
32, or better. Yeah.
So, I'm okay. Nothing harder right now. I'm a first timer, so I don't need nothing harder right now to take on.
Yeah. Yes. Building experience. Yeah. See, the thing is, you're a very value-based individual, and all the time that I've known you, we've had plenty of meetups for different events, and just like everybody else in our community, you're always trying to figure out what you can bring to somebody, whether it be food, whether it be time, whether it be information, and you really go out your way. And so I kind of see the way you invest. You are investing in people. You invest in what you consider value. I'm aligned with you, but everything has a value to it. I think that money is important, profitability is important, but I don't really see you prioritize the money first. You prioritize relationships.
Yeah, that's how it's always been too. Cause like before real estate, last year when I first started, 3 months I didn't even do real estate. I got close people out there in the deal master. I did plan B before I did plan A.
What's plan B?
So plan B was a case real estate didn't work out, which I kind of knew it will, but still I need a backup plan, to you know, for my future self, future family, I mean, my family, you know, kids and all that. So, they need to be set. You know, if something happens to me down the line, but God forbid, you know, I'm not comfortable when nothing happens. No.
It's not even. I'm going to say particle board, man.
Oh man.
Nah, I'm kidding.
So, you know, I set up a family bank. You know, I got that from the mentorship. They talked about family banking. It's the Rockefeller method, and it's called a waterfall actually. So, I did that.
Let's see, that's the waterfall.
It's about, so in case I passed on, my beneficiary is be the next one to the family bank, and whatever funds they created, you know, just and they pass on, it starts waterfall. It starts
Compounding. Yeah.
Starts building. So they won't spend all the money I have in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I got.
Well,
Yeah,
let me. I'm glad you said it because I might need to borrow some. I'll let you know, Rand. It's funny you say that because there's something to be said about your childhood. Our childhood are such a projection of our adulthood. So much. It's really key. I think that if you show me a person with hard work, I can tell you what their childhood looks like. You show me an entitled jerk, shark, snake, show me their childhood. It's pretty easy for me. So I'm not gonna assume. I'm only gonna go based off what you told me. You know, working in the fields couldn't have been easy in middle school, because in middle school you have some kids being able to show up to school with Jordans every day and they're playing on their phone, and you know what it's gonna look like for this summer. You know, mucho trabajo.
Yeah.
Right. And so very much different. And I think that when I look at Charlotte, you said earlier, I threw a question at you and you said, like, I'm not really worried about what anybody else is doing. I mean, in 7th grade, when you have to go work in the field, 8th grade, work in the field, weekends, work in the field, at some point you have to realize that, listen, my life's much different than theirs, you know? I have to go do this for my family. So me trying to compete or compare, even watch what they're doing, it's not even the same. And so it goes back to your childhood. So when I look at the concept that most people share with me when they think about getting into real estate, which is generational wealth, everybody says they want to do it for their family and set up something for their family. One of the challenges I see, and there's some data out there that the wealth is really lost by the second generation, right? Your childhood of working so aggressively in the conditions socially, right, and physically, and so many other terms, has allowed you to take this approach to be conservative, be hardworking, right, have this framework of wealth and family, being a leader in your family, and then share that with other people.
Yeah.
Do you ever think or fear that the way you're putting in so much work and you're going to make so many resources available to your family, that your kids will be spoiled and they won't be able to do what you did?
Yeah, I cut it, you know.
Because you can't make this hard work, this tenacity, what you go through, you can't make that up. You go through it or you don't.
Yeah, but there's a saying out there, you know, I'm not sure who said it, but, you know, they became wealthy, then they said my son would be, you know, wealthy, then my grandson would be wealthy, but then my grandson, you know, should be back on the street or hustling,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say I see that.
Yeah, I mean, with this family bank that I created, it will stop that. So I think that's the point of it. So the family bank will, every generation, whatever it is, it's gonna keep progressing. There's gonna be, everyone will be spoiled. Hopefully, you know, hopefully something down the line, you know.
Yeah.
One of the beneficiaries, you know, no screw it over. I don't think so, but I think.
But you're not worried about that. I can't control it. Well, you talk about, you say it in the third person. You talk about this future Brian.
Yeah.
Let's talk to future Brian.
Future Brian.
Future Brian. Let's call him 40 years old. I like that age. 40. I think that's 18 years from now, right? Future Brian, 40 years old. What does it look like?
Oh man. I wouldn't doubt it. And I think about the future, but I don't think that far, you know.
Well, give it to us. What does it look like?
Maybe having a couple properties, done multiple flips by now for sure. So hopefully just keep progressing, you know. Hopefully as a multi somewhere out there commercial as well.
Yeah.
You know, have an active income. Then I'm gonna say 150 doors. You know, it's my goal. You know, I'm trying 150 doors. So
I bet you'll do it too.
So yeah, so that's probably 40-year-old family for me.
Yeah.
Family also, you know, 40-year-old Brian.
Yeah.
You know, nice cars.
Nice cars. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the speed that you're going to do well. You're already doing very well. I look at the social component. What does that look like? Because right now, all you do is work. That's all I know you to do.
Yeah.
Work. Right?
Don't go time.
Yeah, so 40, you'll probably work.
40, we mean like.
Still grinding. Not maybe because you don't have to, but you'll still be grinding.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could say so. We'll see. Work in real estate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full time for sure.